California elementary school to allow after-school Satan club. I don't really like to say the word Satan. You know what I mean? It's just kind of like, yeah. You read it in the Bible, and that's one thing because you're reading the Bible. But then you start talking Satan out in the real world, and you're like, not so much. Pass, probably no go. But the after-school Satan club spokesman insists there's nothing to be offended by having an after-school Satan club. It's California. It's just kind of what we're doing. I mean, you've got them for the Christians and all kinds of other activities. So, got to be an equal opportunity and, go the other way. That's what we're doing. Let's jump on in. Let's see what the dealio is. Here we go. Yeah, the whole talking about Satan thing, it's a little awkward, isn't it? You've got the good and the bad thing going on, and it's a biblical term, and, we've got fallen angel deal. We've got the whole history behind it. When you start to get down to brass tacks, I don't really like to talk about it. It just makes me think, there's a chance I might get involved there. That's not the direction I really want to go. Trying to stay away from, the dark side, trying to get to the other side. I mean, that's what we're all trying to do, right? Hey, you want to spend eternity in fiery hell? Well, go down that road. That's not really, even if you don't believe in that, you're like, I just want to be a good person. Yeah. The whole godliness versus ungodly, you know what I mean. California elementary school will introduce an after-school Satan club to its curriculum, as you do. As you do in Cali. Students at Golden Hills Elementary School will soon be able to attend the club, sponsored by the Satanic Temple and Reason Alliance. ABC 33-40 reported, the temple is non-theistic religious group, not to be confused with the Church of Satan, even though both of them have the word Satan in their title. The Satanic Temple and Reason Alliance. Reason Alliance almost sounds reasonable, doesn't it? Probably on purpose. Okay. Yeah. Hear us out. We know we got Satanic Temple in front of, our deal, but hear us out. We got the Reason Alliance, all right? The group describes the program as self-directed education. Yeah, okay. As you become adults, I think self-directed education is one thing, but when you're putting together a book club for the kids and it's focused around Satan, okay. Well, that is a direction you can go, and some might consider going there, but yeah, that aims to support the intellectual and creative interests of students. All right. Okay. All right. I'd be a hard no-go right off the bat. I'm sorry. School's doing what? Okay, kids. Yeah, we're homeschooling. Dad, you don't know anything about home teaching. Don't really care. It's what we're doing. Yeah. They set up the club at the request of parents, educators, or other community members, according to the temple's website. While the classes are designed to promote intellectual and emotional development in accordance with TST's tenets, no proselytization or religious instruction takes place. A statement on the group's website reads, adding that it is not interested in converting children to Satanism. I'm having a hard time believing that spin. I am having a hard time. It just doesn't make a lot of sense to me. That's not reasonable to me. The whole deal is, you're going to come from it from this angle because you believe in this, right? That's just how this works. Anything less than that, and you're like, okay, what you're trying to do is you're trying to spin this because everybody has such a negative connotation. And I'm not really sure why, because of that whole Book of Revelations thing and spending eternity in torment in hell where Satan is, ruler supreme. I don't know why anybody's, not excited about that, but yeah, they aren't. They're not. They're just not. And so then sending their kids to that environment. But, all right, being reasonable, some people don't believe that that's really how this all works after the afterlife. We don't have any real proof of what goes on after we die, do we? Not really. We're just kind of rolling the dice on, I don't really want to go to hell like it says in the good book. Don't want to be there for eternity. So I'm going to work on some of my other better life skills and go down those roads. I think that's what most of all of us think when we hear these things. That's what I think. And as a parent, I'd be like, I don't really get that after club. That doesn't make any sense to me. And I grew up Presbyterian and, as I'm not a staunch Presbyterian anymore, but what I'm going to go out on a limb here is saying Presbyterians don't really encourage anything to do with Satanism. I'm just going to throw that out there. If I'm wrong, let me know. Let me know in the comments, The ASSC started within the last 10 years by Lucian Greaves. Whew, that's really close to Lucifer, isn't it? Yeah. Good name if you're in that line of work, who also serves as the group's spokesman. So after school Satan. And then what you've got is I'm looking at, he's up front and you got some probably electric fake candles. I don't know. Those are cool. I like them because you can put a AA battery in those candles and they last forever. I'm okay with that. You got that. You got this guy up at a podium. He's going to be leading the after school, whatever. And then he's got the logo up front on the kind of the screen, the computer screen or the video, whatever it is. And it says after school Satan. You've got an inverted pyramid, very similar to the pyramid off of one of Rush's albums, I'm saying pyramid. Is that right? Yeah, I think so. Yeah. The six pentagram. That's what I meant to say. Pentagram, pyramid, pyramid, Egypt, pentagram, inverted Satan. Yeah. All right. And then you've got kind of a friendly looking Satan with horns. He's got a goatee and got holding something in his hand. I can't really tell what, but yeah. So we've got this going on. Come to our After Satan School Club. It'll be good. We'll have milk and cookies. He told ABC 33-40 that the group's tries to keep religious matters out of the teachings of the After School Satan Club. Interesting. Fact of the matter is there's nothing to be offended by, and we don't want people to be unaware of who we are when we run these programs, as we think there would be a more intense backlash if I were trying to hide it, said Greaves. Yeah, that's true. I mean, I agree. That there would be probably some more backlash, and you are being very transparent. I give you credit for transparency, hence the name Satan's Club After School. All right. But yeah. But some parents remain outraged with the program's inclusion in the school, with one parent saying that it's disgusting. Well, in California, do we have a whole bunch of religious groups right after school? Is that a thing that are school sponsored? That are school affiliated? Is that a thing? Doesn't feel like it. I understand the school has to allow them because they allow other after school programs such as the Good News. All right. Don't you feel better that now, though? The good news. Try saying the Good News versus After School Satan Club. And just how do you feel when that rolls off your tongue? The good news. It just feels a little bit better. I don't know. Maybe I'm not being as tolerant as I should, but that's kind of just how I think, which is a Christian-based after-school program that I'm okay with, but I can't imagine why anyone would want their child to attend this satanic group. Sheila Knight, a Golden Hills grandmother, said, I think a lot of people are probably going to have the same opinion as Sheila Knight. A lot of people. Most people. And I'm not trying to be judgmental. I'm not trying to be, we're not doing that. But guess what? That's kind of where I'd be if I had kids and somebody came home and said, hey, we're doing Satan after school. I'm like, okay, really? Let's talk about that. Let's see what we got going on. As a public school district, the use of our school facilities must be permitted without discrimination. Northern York County School District said in a statement, we cannot and do not arbitrarily pick and choose which organization may or may not use our facilities. So it's an equal opportunity thing. All right. So what skill set essentially are kids going to be learning? It's kind of unknown, but I'm sure you could probably Google that shiz and find out if you really wanted to go down that road. For me, I just hear the word and I'm like, nope, I'm out. I'm out. Yep, I'm out. All right. Yep, pretty much out. Okay. Even when you hear things like Her Satanic Majesty's, what was that Rolling Stones album? Yeah, they had a couple in there about Satan. And I was like, why are the Rolling Stones? Oh, well, okay, whatever. Why are the Rolling Stones going down that road? Then you got Iron Maiden, 666, Number of the Beast, because that's about a dream. It's about, stuff that's going on in Revelations. Yeah, I get that. But then you've got an after school club. Okay, well, yeah. It just doesn't seem reasonable, does it? It doesn't feel reasonable. Now, granted, I do this all the time. Basically, judge a book by its cover, right? I have not attended one of these after-school club meetings. No, I haven't. But I just get creeped out with the thought of it. Just like, I don't know. Is that just a knee-jerk reaction with my years and years and years of going to church? Probably. But you know what? I think I'm okay with that. And I'd be willing to run with that one. But, somebody says, what was it? The Good News Club? The Good News Club? All right. It just seems so much more reasonable. The good news instead of, well, what's Satan going to teach me today? Not really sure, but it's about free thinking. All right. There's some of that out there that I think people should definitely engage in. You got to be able to think for yourself. Does this make sense? Kind of like the whole Jesus wasn't born on December 25th thing, right? I mean, we just know that is an inherent fact. He was probably born either in the springtime or in the fall. We've got a whole bunch of things that, fall into line. And basically the original Christians, Catholics, whomever it is that you want to, they realized that Saturnalia was a time period in which people like to party. They like to have a big gathering. They like to do their thing. So, hey, let's just take Jesus's birth and put it there right around December 25th, because that's winter solstice, right? Yeah. And then we don't really think about it. Hey, let's just have Christmas. Okay, go down that road. So you got to be able to think this stuff through on your own to a certain point. And the good news, I don't know. I just, me personally, and since this is my podcast and this is my opinion piece, I'm going to say hard no-go on the After Satan Club for elementary school, any school district. I'm just going to say that for me, that's where I'd be at. And the Good News Club, I think you let that rip, unless there's something really inherently wrong with it. And, I don't really know what that would be, other than you might say, hey, we're not really going with this broad-based thinking beyond, here's your book, all the facts are in there, run with that. All right. You might want to consider an opinion or two outside of that just for source of a comparison and see where you sit and then make your decision. So, there's some of that. So that's kind of where I'm at with this one. But if I had kids in elementary, I'd probably say, no. We're probably not going to do that. All right. That's it for me. Thanks so much for being here. We'll catch up soon on the next one. Bye for now.